into the ring.
Switch from...
Oh, geez, we're getting right into it. I'm Frisco Fragrant, and this is Post Purple versus Fisher College. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Going right in it with Palutena versus BK Dark Samus. Now, Palutena is a very aerial-based character, so in theory, Samus can have like an even kind of matchup in some ways in this because Samus really loves the anti-air with things like fair and projectile play and whatnot. But Palutena is such a force to be reckoned with in so many different ways, especially with invincible back airs and a lot of invincible moves and multi-hits. Makes it kind of hard for Samus to deal with at some times. Plus, with the reflector, it can be a little tough. And Samus getting out of disadvantage can be a little tricky too, because sure, Samus can kind of float down with bomb and whatnot, but if you do not want to be above Palutena in general, and we're kind of seeing this right now where BK is just in disadvantage and the oppression coming out of this Palu player is pretty intense. Down tilts that ledge, Mark really clutch back throw, not quite enough damage. Yep, still going to live from that. Next one though is going to be a pretty difficult BK. Aggro at ledge, going to come up with a fair. Not going to get the reflector off. Fair. This is tough. BK really needs to be really patient. We're going to get the neutral air drag down into up tilt. Really strong confirm for Palu. Well, it's not the most true confirm ever, but it does the job if you're not ready. There's the up air strings. This is like the toughest part about fighting Palutena. There's a lot of these neutral air strings. And low percent, you build up damage so quickly as Palu. Back throw, not going to be nearly enough. Trying to go for an early kill with the runoff fair, but it was a decent call, but not quite the range to get it to come out with. I would probably like to see a lot more Rising Zair in this matchup because it's kind of safe to bet that Palu's going to be coming at you with that. But we are getting the SD. This could be a decent turnaround for BK right now. Only at 80%, this could be turned around with a few good, well-placed projectiles. Ooh, jabbing it down tilt. That was an interesting flank. They like the tech chase with Zair. Not going to do a ton of damage, but it is going to be something where you might not have otherwise gotten a follow-up from. Down tilt. BK is turning this around, reading the upbeat of platform. Nice back off with the bomb. Right now, Palu is taking her time. Dash attack is going to snuff out a lot of these landings. That space, that fair on shield is going to be safe. Not going to be able to grab that. Jump was burned, but can he make it back? Able to reach it, but that was such a well-placed back air. Reading the neutral get-up. Oh, sorry, the get-up attack from ledge. Palu is at 101 right now, though. This could be a turnaround for BK, but that damage percent is going to rack up really quickly. Dare not quite spaced well enough. Trying to get the read in on a roller, I think, with that smash attack. Yeah, BK is firing off projectiles a little too low in comparison to Palu. Palu's just really coming in at that like upward like 30-degree angle that Samus doesn't really have a strong answer to. You can anti-air her with up air, but with a landed nair, it's not really a great choice. And otherwise, Samus really needs to stay out of that range a bit better. Air dodge out. Palu going for the air dodge in read though. Fade out back air. Can BK at least take another stock before the end of this? I like the fade out. Don't want to risk the Palu back air at this percent. Ooh, falling out of the fair. Getting flanked. Kind of with a trade. BK's kind of getting a little grab heavy, I would say. That was a tough one because if BK drifted to the platform to the left, up air, off air, probably would have lived a little longer, but probably wanted to risk fading out to get to the ledge, but it didn't really work out. That was a tricky situation. I don't blame him for trying to fade back to ledge, but not quite getting the spacing on that. That's going to put Post down to 9 stocks and Fisher at 11. Now, stock-wise, it doesn't really read that close, but BK was able to get a percent turnaround midway through that match. He started to adapt a bit. Now, with these NECC matches, we start off with these starter stages of Battlefield, Smashville, Town and City, Pokemon Stadium 2, or Small Battlefield. But after the first round, we get the pool open to counter picks at this point. So we could see Final Destination, Hollow Bastion, or Kalos now. Palu is just an incredibly strong character on a lot of different stages. Top tier, tried and true. You probably want... It's tough because Palu is incredibly good at catching landings, so stages like Final Destination can really work in her favor since there's not any platforms for you to land on. But if you do implement platforms, she can always shark you with things like Nair and Up Air to really get you into disadvantage, and you don't want to be above Palu in general. So it makes it really tricky to actually do counter picks against Palu. I would probably say your best bet is a dual plat if you can. Again, all of this is character dependent though. You generally want to play the stages to your advantage versus Palu's disadvantage because she doesn't really have any at that point. Maybe you can kind of play on Kalos a little bit and make use of those edge platforms where maybe it's a little tougher to get underneath for a decent up air string at some points, but it's not really like a problem for Palu. Your best bet is probably a wider stage like PS2 or something like that. So you can have like debatably the best of both worlds, but it also depends on who Post decides to bring in at this point. And of course, whatever the Palu player decided to ban. And they're bringing in Terry. Now, I don't know how I feel about this choice, to be honest. It's probably the best choice, to be honest. Terry, it's going to be a little tough, because Terry isn't the most disjointed character in the game, and Palu is very disjointed with invincible moves, with back air, dash attack. It might be tough for Terry to really kind of commit, especially with things like Nair, because Terry will want to jump at some point, and he's going to get anti-aired from Nair. That could have been a down air and been really tricky at that point. Let's see what Crimson can do in this situation now. At 88%, opting to recover high. It's tough because Palu can cover Terry's recovery from high or low. Reading the roll-in with Power Gazer. You love it, you love it. And these are another things. Palu's jump is so decent that when Terry goes to jab or F-tilt, she can just short hop right over it and land right back on it. And then these low percent combos are just going to bring Terry for a ride from stage to stage. I'm not going for the power dunk. Probably didn't want to risk a power dunk off stage and being a disadvantage against Palu, getting kind of a trading stage. I think it's there a bit. I will say, Terry in this matchup especially needs to hold on to his jump when he's off stage as long as possible. Don't use the jump here. Good, hold on to your jump. Really nice low recovery. Covering a little too high in this matchup, because Palu can easily anti-air Terry's approach with back air. Oh, definitely SDI. So here's another thing. I'm pretty sure Palu is SDI in Terry's combos and is able to follow it before the power dunk can get any sort of confirm out. And the SDI is going to be multiplicative as Palu has higher percent. So it's going to be even tougher for Terry to kind of confirm into power dunk. But we do see a raw power dunk right at the end right there. And that's going to do it. Side B, raw side B is going to take the stock. Power dunk. Nice side B to catch the landing. But again, Crimson needs to be super careful right now because he's in that mid percent where Palu can rack up a little bit more damage, and then he's at kill percent. Right here. Catching dash attack. I probably would have liked to have seen a grab there, to be honest. I think a grab would have been good to send Palu off stage. We're gonna land it pairs. Yeah. And the low back air is going to snipe out Crimson, putting Post down to 6 stocks. And Fisher down to 9. Really strong showing coming out of this power player. really cognizant about what to punish against Terry, because a lot of these landed back airs that Terry can throw out, they're not going to be the safest thing ever. They can be safe, but Palu as a character is super good at grabbing people out of shield and punishing for a lot of those different potentials. It's not really something that Crimson can afford to do a ton of the matchup. Terry, I feel like Terry would need to play out of range quite a bit and kind of take a lot of risks playing outside that range. And what I mean by that is that you don't want to commit against Palu. You want Palu to commit first and then punish for that. But if you play too far outside the range, she can start using neutral Bs, side Bs to kind of zone Terry out. So he has to be very careful. It's pretty risky to play out of range, but that's probably the only way you can kind of force Palu to make some sort of commitment. If she's finding it tough to zone out Terry, then she has to kind of jump in to try an anti-air sometimes, and that might be the more opportune moment where Crimson could have punished. It's got to be a tough matchup, though. You need to have hyper good movement to zone around, maneuver around Palu's zoning tools and boxing tools. If you can keep Palu on the ground somehow, that's the best opportunity, because Palu's tilts can be punished a lot easier than a lot of her other moves, and especially for a character like Terry with auto turnaround, any sort of fade around would probably not work in her favor. And by fade around, I mean cross up. I like making up my own terms, I like making up my own terms, damn it. Now, I was thinking maybe it might have been more applicable to send Snake in instead of Crimson before, but then I thought about it in the half second, and I think Terry was actually the better choice. I have a feeling Snake has a tough time in this matchup just because of her zoning tools. He pops grenade, gets side beat, gets neutral bead. Anytime he tries to throw a grenade, gets neutral bead. It kind of just clanks there. Right now, Kenny needs to be on his movement game in order to get around this matchup. He has to be on the ground for a lot of it. But again, at the same time, Snake does not like getting grabbed. And guess who's a grab machine? Palu. It's tough. It's going to be very tough. And a lot of these times where Kenny might want to opt to grab grenade, he probably has to second guess himself a little bit. And I'm getting a connection error. And I'm booted. I hope that they keep going. Yeah, that is unfortunate. I'm not going to know the stock counts. That is super unfortunate. Oh. Thank you, Lone Wolf. I don't know if you're watching, Lone, but thank you for telling me about the stock counts. I messed that up. My math was wrong. Don't you guys think that this is such wonderful action right now? The music in the arena, blaring. I feel like for Kenny to come out on top, head's always bonked in BK. I think for Kenny to come out on top of this, he needs to have his back to Palu a lot. And that's risky because he can anti-air with his back air, he can pull grenade out and keep it behind him. I think that's how he has to primarily punish Palu. But when he does that and when he stays on the ground, he takes a big risk that he's going to get grabbed. He needs to fade in and out and really try to kind of jump out of disadvantage if he feels like he's going to get grabbed. And Snake's at disadvantage. Sure, he has a frame 1 grenade option, but he's still in disadvantage, and he can get punished for pulling that grenade. I wish I could see what's happening. I would love to see. Considering how long it's taking, I feel like he's probably already lost a stock. You guys are going to have to let me know what the stock count is after this is done. Okay, Kenny was able to clutch it out. I don't know how many stocks left, though. I know, so Fisher has to have 9. I don't know how many Kenny has left. So, now, I always comment on Kenny's stage picks. I always give recommendations and like general thoughts on what Snake should go to. Kenny just does whatever he likes, and I love it. And he does not. He plays like the opposite of like my like mental canon of like how Snake should approach stage picks. Okay, Kenny lost. Thank you, Lone. I appreciate it, Lone. So that means Post is down to 4 stocks. We need a pretty big swing right now to get this first round into better favor. So, gotta get some 3 stocks happening, man. Really do. So, for this stage pick, of course, I always say that Snake is going to be the most beneficial on stage, like PS2, Small Battlefield, things like that. Even something like Smashville, even though it's smaller, he can really place, grenades on that platform and play C4 as like an area of denial tool. Because generally you want stage control, and C4 is going to be strongest mid-stage somewhere, because stage control is very strong in this. But if you can by default deny them that area, it's great. But Kenny, in general, really likes FD, so I have a feeling we're going FD. Because Snake can be strong in FD, but he puts himself at bigger risk of getting grabbed, because he's, by default, on the ground, where he's going to be the most susceptible to a grab. I got to change the music, maybe, yeah. I don't know. Dude, let's go BK! Yeah. We missed you missed Pyro, you missed BK in the first round. He did pretty good. He did pretty good earlier. You'll see him a little later in the next round. Granted, it's pending I don't get disconnected from the match again. Do you think that there is a fast food chain somewhere that has the Awesome Sauce'em? Do you think that exists somewhere? Like, it's literally called, not Awesome Sauce, it's called Awesome Sauce'em, because I would love to try that. What would the flavor be? Would it be like a tangy Asian sauce, maybe? Or maybe it's like would it be buffalo? Maybe buffalo barbecue? Something like that? I feel like it needs to be something very unique, though. Not like the generic flavors I'm throwing out. I'm glad everybody's here. It has not been. You actually can't. BK, you actually did pretty good earlier. I know the stock counts were, a little shifted, but you actually did a decent job fading in and out of the range and actually turning the percent quite a bit around. The only thing I would say is that you opted to fire projectiles when Palu was like at a 90. Sorry, not 90. At a So if you have the 90 degree, Palu was probably in that like 30 degree area after that. You are pretty blind against Palu in that. You could try to contest, instead of using a projectile, contest her with up air at that point. But if you do that, you take a big risk that she doesn't, like, she could fall with landed nair. And landed nair is relatively disjointed. And if you try to contest with up air, then you're going to lose that. You're going to lose that that interaction. So you're probably better off. You're probably better off in that situation just backing off, like just giving stage control a bit. Sometimes you need to accept that you need to like reset neutral more than your opponent's character does. So it's like you have to play. You were doing good because you were playing the outside range a bit more and anti-airing her with fair, which is what you have to do in that matchup. But the only thing that you left happen still was just that you let her be above you, or you were above her too often. You need to play that horizontal a bit more in that matchup. That's really it, though. Oh, we're getting Moxie, dude. We're getting Moxie. Moxie is a really strong Wolf player. She's awesome. You speak Hungarian? PT player. This is gonna be cool. I'm excited to see Kenny play against Moxie. Hi, Kenny. I didn't get to see the 2 stocks he lost. There we go. So this is going to be a really tough matchup for Snake 2 because of that projectile. But at least in this scenario, Fox is a little slower on the ground. So it's a little... Grabs aren't going to come into play as much as they would against a character like Palu. So it's a matter of can Kenny kind of float around with Grenade and, you know, get some punishes off. But here's the thing. Wolf has one of the best projectiles in the game, and that's going to be a very tough factor. Oh, no. Really good. Nice roll in. Kind of outspace with the down tilt, but that's going to get punished with the dash attack. Going to get punished with the jab. Weak hit of Bear. I probably wouldn't have not have been aggressive off stage. Oh my god, that was such a perfectly spaced down smash. I actually was not sure if he could get punished. If that could be punished. Wow. I would have taken that bet too. Jeez, that was so perfectly spaced. She's incredible. Moxie's awesome. I actually would have taken that gamble too. Wow. Perfectly spaced down smash coming out of Moxie. Putting post down their last 3 stocks. Jeez. So that leaves that leaves Great. Now Great has a couple characters that he can bring to the table for this, but come on, we should see the Bowser. Come on. Bring the Bowser. Bring your A game for this man. Now, assuming it is Great. I assume Great's here. Assuming it is Great and it's Great versus Moxie? Oh geez. What do you do against Moxie? I mean, if you can, go Battlefield. I feel like, granted, Wolf is going to have a decent amount to kind of follow up with, you know, especially like platform extensions and whatnot. Maybe you would be a little better off on Smashville, but at the same time, Smashville Laser has full range of like Smashville and Hollow Bastion. I probably would go for a wider stage if possible to be just out of range of Laser. But then again, you might want a smaller stage because if Moxie decides that she wants to play out of range of Bowser, then Bowser needs to commit a bit more, and you should probably have a smaller stage at that point. It really depends on how these players want to interact with each other and whether or not they feel like swinging at all, or if we're just going to see projectile play. And we're getting a small battlefield. Not a bad pick. Not a bad pick, Laser. No, we're just taking it nice and slow. Air dodge. Nobody's taking damage yet. Oh, and then there it goes. And that's going to be the problem, is that Laser. I like the patience coming out of Great. You need to take it slow in this matchup. But right now, Moxie is just going to deny a lot of area. I like the landed Flame Breath. I probably would have rolled out in that interaction, though it's tough because you can get punished for that too. I don't know if up B is going to come into play a ton for Bowser in this matchup, because Wolf's aerials are so safe on shield when spaced. You need to focus on having Moxie make a mistake. Up air, but can you make it back? Yes, you can. Oh, and Bowser's such a big body for those rising bears. Wolf bears. It's going to be such a strong kill in this situation. That traded? Great gets first blood. And that's the tough part. Bowser's so big that it's so scary to be in the corner with those rising bears. His face will just get a lot of boop. That's unsafe on shield. Like fading back to the platform. Wolf, you can afford to be above Wolf sometimes because up air isn't like a strong kill move. But then you take the risk of getting a boot to the face like that sometimes. Opting for a fair. Oh yeah, air spot dodging the down air. I kind of see it. He didn't really down air at all that match, so I appreciate the mix up. Oh no, don't up smash, don't up smash. Really good landed flame breath. But that's gonna be unsafe on shield. I probably would have opted for a grab. Ooh, nice parry. Good fair. That's gonna be a punish. Yep. Side B is gonna go right above that flame breath. Nice recognition knowing that you're not gonna get the follow-up on the combo. Might as well go for stage control at that point. This match is going so slow. Yeah. I don't know if back air could have beaten that out. What happened? There was no shield? I thought there was going to be a shield there for sure. Wow. Timing it so well against the invincibility, I guess. Shielding. The up B is going to get that punish. Really good up tilt to clean shot the stock. This is so even. Great is doing a really good job in this matchup. Dash attack is, yep, that's going to get the... Oh no, I think that's it. Mistiming the down smash a little bit. Not able to get the 2-frame on Bowser. Trying to read the roll-in. Bear was a little low to the ground, so it didn't come out. Let's see. Bowser can get some really cheeky early kills. Can Great do it? Grabbing. I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be a side B, but he grabbed the side B. I can't tell. Nice dash attack. Gonna punish. Up tilt. Not gonna get punished. The end of it is safe on shield to an extent. Oh, trying to go for the ledge strip. In those situations, you need to get going an option as quick as possible. Very close showing coming out from Great, but not going to be enough. Putting close down to 0 stocks and giving the first round to Fisher. And now we get reset back to 12 stocks. Great was so patient in that matchup. You love to see it. That's what you got to do. Considering Wolf has the, you know, just the benefit of playing outside of range of a character like Bowser. Bowser needs to rely on his movement, which is not going to be as solid as Wolf's, but he needs to rely on using his movement to kind of move his big body around and get through that projectile. But he needs to be super patient in all aspects of it. It's tough otherwise, because Bowser can really fall into those two 3-hit combos from Wolf. Laser is such a strong tool to zone out Bowser. Wolf has incredibly safe aerials with Fair and Nair that out of shield options aren't going to come up a ton. You can with Bowser, and Bowser can punish in certain situations, but it won't be as much when compared to other characters. And typically, really strong Wolf players won't let you. They won't let you punish them out of shield. They just won't. And now we go back to the top of the round. So we are getting either Battlefield, Smashville, Town and City, Pokemon Stadium 2, or Small Battlefield. I assume we're going to get PS2. Everybody plays PS2. I'll start. It depends on if we're going to see Palu again, too. I feel like if we get Palu again off the start, then it's going to be, you know... Oh, no. Now we're... Is this what we're getting? Are we getting Moxie again? Moxie versus BK. So, I do think Samus gets a lot more benefit in this matchup. The only thing is Samus needs to watch out for Laser. Because Wolf, you know, at a certain point, does want to jump in against Samus. Samus is really good at answering, yada, 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 yada. Oh, not going for the fair. I do think that down throw fair might not be true at 0, but the second you get out of 0%, it might be a bit more true because of hit stun and all that jazz. It's a little unfortunate because BK did have first, I guess we'll call it blood when we say damage. But that means stocks, but we'll say first blood. I mean, that's the thing. Zaire might be a good tool, but then you risk trading with laser. Good. Blink. Oh, that was actually such a close interaction. I thought he was actually going to snag that jump. Okay, doing a really good job playing out of range, but he has to be very careful of Reflector. Moxie is not going to let him stay out of that range. Up smash. Wide T. Upside down T pose, bro. You gotta be careful, BK. I'm trying to read the roll in, but I don't. Moxie is not gonna let BK get too many punishes on like a roll in. Probably gonna opt for roll out a lot more. Yeah, can't be aggro like that. Roll. Nope. Opting for a neutral get up. Up B. Up air, gonna get punished. Gonna catch that landing with neutral B. Moxie playing outside of the range, so strong though. Gonna punish that F smash with get up attack. BK just keeps racking up damage, unable to get the stock up until just now. That's gonna be a back throw, not gonna be enough to kill, of course. Diffuse jump. That was such an interesting interaction. I think BK was expecting to jump in and he wanted the anti-air against Moxie, but Moxie said, nah, I ain't having that, man. Just going to side B you into oblivion. Bomb into fan, not gonna connect fully. And a low profile laser with down B. Gonna punish the grab with spot dodge into dash attack. That's gonna punish into. Oh, I thought that was gonna be a fair to bear. Dash attack gonna punish the landing again. Moxie not letting BK have any room. Oh, and the neutral get up. F smash was timed so well in between the invincibility and the time that BK can throw out shield. Very good timing. BK got 1 stock, so post is down to 9. And Fisher down to 11. I feel like you're forced to send in Great at this point, because Great did solid the previous round, did pretty good. I feel like you need to have any... Okay. Yeah, I would considering Great's performance, I'd probably set in Great again if I was post right now. Oh, not ECAC, it's NECC. I'm wondering if we got Smashville. No, I'd probably go PS2 again or Small Battlefield if it ends up being Great. I don't know if I would risk Bowser going on to Smashville or something like that. Sure, it's a smaller area, but Laser will be way more effective in some ways because Wolf can just kind of hide under the platform, throw Laser. Then there's not a ton Bowser could do to kind of counteract that. Fall through platform. Side B. Into it, I guess. It's tough. Though we might see Terry. Terry might be another good. Yep, we're getting Terry. So Terry actually probably wouldn't do that bad in this matchup. Terry has a lot of mobility. can kind of outmaneuver Laser in some ways, and the only problem is Wolf does have disjoints. Terry doesn't. Terry has disjoints, but they're not like the most crazy, especially compared to like Wolf. Fair, just very many parts of this match. Oh, jab, jab, jab. Jab, jab. Power dunk, but SDA eyeing right out of that. A lot of these players know how to SDI right behind Terry's attacks. Right now though, Crimson looking really good. Rolling through Laser into jab, jab, power dunk. Oh, falling out of jab though. Really good side B, raw side B. Gonna take the first stock of this match. Looking a little tough though. Really good fade back. That was so tough. Because that's another thing. Down smash is gonna really be a tough time for Terry's recovery. Falling out of Terry's combos again with really good SDI. Back throw. Recover low, recover low, recover low, recover low. Don't recover high. There we go. Oh, timed it super well. I was wrong. I was wrong. Maybe he should have recovered high. I don't know. If anything, Terry needs to recover a little lower than that. It's tough because of just down smash and F tilt are so good at two-framing. Oh, back there. That was such a quick stock. Can Crimson stag with this final stock for post? The SDI is real good. Terry's combos are not nearly as strong when you can SDI right out of them behind. The neutral air into down air. Oh, that was so cool. The run off stage, like the weak hit of Nair, going into that off stage interaction with Dare, so cool. Really great stuff coming out of Moxie. But Crimson was looking so strong at the start of it. Fisher's down to 10, Post down to 6. It's really tough. Terry in a lot of these matchups is going to be super tough because jab, jab, power dunk, you can SDI behind it. At those points, if they're SDIing out of your combos like that, you need to go jab, jab, up B, or into some sort of other thing than just power dunk. You need to do some other kind of special to counteract that. Make them keep guessing what you're going to do. Because if you do jab, jab, power dunk every time, then you have the ability to just SDI every single time out of it. And then you're getting punished for your move not working properly. as weird as that sounds, certain moves should work a little bit more consistently in this game, but SDI, in my opinion, SDI as a mechanic should not exist. It's just a failure of how moves work, multi-hits work in this game. I don't think something like that should exist, but it's how it is. No, you gotta switch up characters, dude. Now we're getting Kenny again. Now hopefully I'm able to actually see this. Oh wait, no, it was against the Palu I wasn't able to see. I was able to see this one. So Kenny has to be moving. He has to be schmoving to get around in this matchup. Go! Only one stock though. Let's see if Kenny can steal it off. Going for the 5. Going for the early C4. Interesting. I brought up tilt. I guess it's kind of safe when it's used like that. A lot of this really needs to be projectile play, and it's. Oh. I'm not quite sure what to read on Kenny right now. I think he's trying to be as unpredictable as possible. Oh, there was no sticky there. Don't. Yes, he right on the ground. I thought he stickied Moxie for a second there. versus. Kenny's really trying to take his time right now. So is Moxie. He's not going to let Kenny in. Ooh. F throw is going to blow up that grenade. Air dodging through the down smash. We're going to get punished too with Wolf Jab. Air dodge. Stage. I would have opted for a back throw there. Oh my god! What a read! That would have been so insane! That would have been so insane, Kenny! Oh my god. That was such a good read. I can't believe that missed. Back throw. So Snake off stage. But Snake's a big boy, not gonna be enough percent. Ooh! Get a punish from that. Oh my god. Really good. You have to be so patient on that platform against Wolf. I like how he waited a second. It didn't work out, but like I like how he tried to wait. So unfortunate. This is what's tough. Top players are so good at just being patient. They will not let you get inside that range. They're so good at it. Really good up tilt, but it's not going to be enough. Especially with the correct DI. Yep, anti-air, that's going to do it. Really turning it around. Really nice job turning it around, Kenny. That's going to put Fisher down to 9 and Post down to 5. Kenny had 2 ridiculous reads to an extent in that match. The up tilt wasn't really a read, but the read on the up B, what a ridiculous read. I wish that connected. That would have been amazing. Kenny is the master of F smashes. Oh my god. Now I assume we'll see Palu again, or maybe we'll see another member of Fisher go in. I kinda hope it's Joda. Is it Joda? Tell me it's Joda. Who are they sending in, everybody? Maybe we'll get a special guest star. Anybody think it's Keanu Reeves that they're sending in? Maybe Pedro Pascal? What's that guy's name? That everybody wants to be James Bond. Idris Elba. Is Idris Elba coming in to the ring? Special guest star. Sock'em. I don't know who Sock'em is. Is it a Rob player? Rock'em Sock'em Robot? It's gonna be a Rob player, isn't it? If it is Rob, Kenny should go to a dual plat. Not a tri-plat, dual plat. Rob likes grabbing, so it's one of those things where Kenny should really be on platforms. Generally, he doesn't want to get sharked with like up airs and whatnot, or like up tilts. But he needs to constantly. And it's not a Rob at all. It is a Lucas. Lucas has a tether grab, and probably do decently well against Snake with the tether grab. But then there's going to be a certain point where Lucas really wants to follow through with like combos and whatnot. Lucas is such a really strong combo character in a lot of ways, especially if they know how to slingshot. Just a little awkward. DK Fire is going to be able to zone out Snake to some extent. Ooh, jab not able to get the punish on. And that's the other thing. When you're in shield against Lucas, you might want to hold the shield a little longer for some mix-ups, because he can kind of land with an aerial and then throw another one out right away. But you also take the risk if you stay in shield, because you might get grabbed too. There's like really great shield mix-ups when it comes to Lucas. I'm wondering what Kenny's thinking in this matchup right now, because he's taking it slow and he's pulling out a lot less grenades than I'm used to him throwing. Up tilt, yep. Back here's gonna anti-air. F smash is not quite gonna do it. Range on it is too shallow. A lot of patience right now coming out of both players, especially Kenny. But it's not really working out for Kenny right now. He might want to. Oh, he's probably taking his time with grenades because of Lucas's down B, the absorption. But I think he can be a bit more liberal with grenade usage right now. I think he can. Oh, Cypher! What a follow-up from Cypher! The weak hit of Cypher, well, Cypher hit in general, into up tilt. That was such a crazy tech interaction. I've never seen that before. I've never seen that. Now, here's the name of the game. Kenny does need to stay out of range now. He needs to live as long as he can, because Lucas has to approach now to get this kill. Kenny, Kenny, what are you doing? You could have punished that 5 light years away. But yeah, Kenny will want to stay at range for the rest of this stock now, because Lucas needs to approach. No, Kenny, no! The SD. Grenades. Oh, grabs. You don't want to get grabbed. This Snake. Anti-airing with the up tilt. I like it. Not able to punish PK Fire. Planting that grenade in a really good position for that up smash. I really like a lot of these anti-airs with up tilt. He's making them work so well. This Lucas player might be a little, just a tad bit impatient. And Kenny's just kind of standing on these platforms. I like it. No, did he SD again? Yeah, he SD'd. You need to be so careful when you recover a Snake like that. You need to be facing platform. You need to recover earlier. Because if you face your back away from platform, it just makes it all the tougher. And now Post is down to their last 3 stocks, and Fisher is at 7. And that leaves Great against Lucas. Now, Bowser in general, you know, he doesn't like fighting against zoners that much, but Bowser's quick. He could probably do a decent job hopping over Lucas's projectiles, but then Lucas can anti-air with his really strong fair against Bowser. So there's a bit of, you know, give and take in this matchup. You need to take it slow. If I was Great right now, if I could bring, you know, make the stage as platform heavy as possible, I would say, so you have more areas of approach. You don't want to be fighting a flat play field against a character like Lucas. You will just throw out PK Fire as long as you give him the ability to do so. You could probably do, if Battlefield's open, do Battlefield 100%. 100%. Best chance, though? Probably do a dual plat or a single plat with Smashville and Hollow Bastion. Actually, no, I take that back. Dual plat or tri-plat. One of those two. It's knocking at the door. I'll be right back. I lied. It wasn't my kitty. But Great has a lot of work to do at this point. Has to get a couple 3 stocks in order to make it a lot more even. But we've seen Great come back from adversity before. Stage bands. The longest stage bands. And here we go. Bowser versus Lucas. Let's see what Great can do to turn this around. Can't afford to lose any stocks at this point.
3, 2, 1, go!
Wait, 7 stocks? Oh yeah, I did put 7 stocks. Jam. Here we go. Fading back slowly. Nah, that was up. That was. It's an interesting interaction, actually. Kind of popping up on shield. Yeah, Lucas's aerials are going to be pretty safe from space. You're not going to be able to punish him out of shield. And I know that's really what Great wants right now is to punish Lucas out of shield. And you can, but you need to be a bit more picky about when you do it. And right now, Lucas is playing the range decently well. Air dodging out, trying to get the jab lock for the missed tech, but instead is going to air dodge out. The Zaire to grab. There. Looking really even right now. Great cannot afford to use any of these stocks, though. Really nice fade down. Lucas's dare is a really good landing tool for him. Really good on Great to recognize that he needs to back down. The weak hit of F smash and the strong hit of up smash is going to take it. Fisher down to 6 stocks. And Great still looking mighty strong with his 3. But now, Great really needs to hold on to as many stocks as he can, though. He needs to go through 6 stocks before he loses 3. And then I know on deck is Palu, which can be tough for Bowser. Because Bowser, by default, is going to want to shield Palutena's Nair, which means it leaves him open to be grabbed by Palutena, and that's debatably worse. Debatably. If Palu comes up, we might see a completely different player. I'm still hoping Joda is on the lineup for Fisher tonight. I want to see it. I want to see it. If it is Joda, then I think Great would be decently prepared. Nope, it's not. I don't know who this is. Oh no, is this the Palu player from before? I think this is the Palu player from before. So if it is Palu, I don't know. If it is Palu, you probably want a dual plat. I don't know if I would risk getting sharked on a platform from Palu on Battlefield, even though that's debatably Bowser's best stage. Probably do a dual plat. Make it as even as you possibly can. Because Bowser can cheese Palutena in some ways on Battlefield if you can get like a sneaky kill on that top platform. But I don't think the risk is worth it because Palu can just shark if she gets you up there. It's going to be so hard for Bowser to land. I think you are better off doing a dual plat. Or even making it flat as possible, as weird as that sounds. I feel like Bowser can, you know, if you're shielding on the ground, Bowser might be able to make really good use of his side B in these situations. If it's on FD. But then you take the risk of getting zoned out by Palu all the way through. It's so tough. It is so tough making the right choice on this. And we're going for a flatter stage, but we're getting a bit of mix-up in here. So about FD 50% of the time. So I think this is a very comfort pick for Great. I think he likes the Animal Crossing stages, especially Town and City. And I think he also generally likes flatter stages. But it's going to be tough because it's going to, once we go flat, Palu has a lot more room to kind of get those grab Nair 50-50s. And here we are. So it's a matter of, can Great get some side Bs going here? Nair into up tilt, but that's not true at this percent especially. Follow up with jab. Really good neutral B, but letting it go way too early. You had the read. You got to neutral air dodge that. Palu is going to go for that up air every time, dude. You got to neutral air dodge that. Down throw, into Nair, into up air. No, we're getting the reverse Nair. Going to extend the combo into fair. That's a quick 60%. Are we going to get the dare? Oh, you have to up B now. That's going to be a bear. High bear. Yep. You have your jump. You have your jump. You have your jump. Wow. 117. That one neutral interaction lost brought Bowser to 117%. That's how far Palu can make you go. Good jump. I don't know. Yeah, you pump that back throw. Into bear. That's when you DI out. That's gonna be true at probably 5%. I don't know. It's tough. Nair. It's reverse Nair. Nope. Well, they wanted it. You probably could have punished that with up B if you stayed in shield. Jabbed off stage. Really good fair to catch the jump. I don't think there's a jump there. At that point, I think you would have been best to do ankle down up tilt. Ooh, that was a really quick run on that platform. Gonna read the air dodge too. Read at the jump. Neutral dodge, air dodge through the fair. This is looking really tough for Great right now. Yep. That's such a tough mix-up because you want to DI out against the back air, but if you DI out and you do get hit by that back air, geez, your DI is going to be terrible against Bear. But that's going to be it. Post loses to Fisher. Fisher takes it 2-0 over Post. I want to see if I can get some matches in, bro. Really great showing coming out of Fisher tonight. 2-0. And honestly, considering the lineup, I actually think Post did really well tonight. Especially against some of the players that are on the lineup. But yep. This has been Smash Purple versus Fisher College. Unfortunately, Post was not able to sneak it out tonight. But hopefully next time they will. And then this Saturday, we're having a big event at Post University with a lot of the colleges. So hopefully we'll see a lot of you there. Until next time, I've been Frisco. Y'all have a good night. Bye.